Good evening. This is Dr. Slay. I'm sorry I'm a little bit nasally. I got a little bit ill at the end of spring break. Otherwise, it was a very nice time with my family until all of a sudden we all caught something. I think we're not contagious. We're hoping that Sudafed is going to do the trick and keep us all healthy as we try to finish up this semester. Hope you did have a great, good spring break. I want to talk to you this evening a little bit about the assessment project, which is what is coming up next. So I am about to share my screen, and hopefully I'm in the right place. Yes, I believe I am. And you will see that in module 10, or week 10, I should call it that, I have added the tabs for literacy assessment and 2 assignments, but I'm just going to talk about this particular one, which is your assessment project. So when you click on this, it'll tell you that the assignment is divided into 3 parts. Actually, it should say 4 parts, only because the 4th one is to submit the assignment here. So you're going to create a how-to presentation about literacy assessment, and I give you a number of resources. You can choose your own as well. And then number 2, you're going to post those, put them on the Padlet like we have in the past, our other assignments that we share. Then you're going to see each other's work and review the work, and then offer each other a little bit of feedback, have a small discussion, and then submit the chart where you collect the data from each other's assessments there. So you'll actually submit it to this project that says assessment project. So let's go ahead and look at the instructions for this particular thing. It's already posted in D2L under the major projects or major assignments. So please note that this is an individual project. That means you are not working with a partner and you're not working with a group. So hopefully for some of you, you'll find this a little bit easier to do. You don't have to do so much scheduling around other people. Excuse me, because my grandchildren are quite loud. I don't know if you could hear my very vivacious 3-year-old grandson, but he has more energy than all of my neighborhood put together. At any rate, this, as I said, this is an individual project. You're going to either use Canva, which many of you do use, and you can create PowerPoints and such in there. You can use VoiceThread, which is another app that allows you to voice over a presentation. You can work directly into VoiceThread, or you can upload something. It's my understanding that Canva is something that is free to educators. I have used it, although I don't use it quite as much as others do. Some of you already presented some things in Canva. But it is also, and some of you may even have it through your school districts. But if you have an EDU address, it should be free, it's my understanding. There's Adobe Spark, which is a video app as well. Creative Cloud is provided by the Adobe Creative Cloud is provided to everyone through the university. So, and that's really powerful if you can figure out how to use it. It's very, very robust. So if you're really tech savvy, you'll enjoy using that quite a bit. And then there's Microsoft PowerPoint, of course, or Google Slides. But some people actually, I didn't put it on there, but you could also use Prezi. And sometimes Prezi makes people dizzy. You do have to sign up for that as well, but none of these things are going to cost you any money. So you choose how you want to do this, but you are creating a how-to video. Think of it maybe as a commercial that explains the information on the assessment topic that you have been assigned. And you'll see that you can already see some of it at the bottom of the screen. You are going to become an expert on this assessment topic. And the way that I assigned your names was I did some cool wheel randomizer that allows me to see whose name comes up first, and then I just started plugging them in per topic. So there was no magic or reason or any selective choices that went into being able to create those topics or to align them with your names. You will notice too, and I'll just pop down to it, that some students are listed. There's 2 students in some cases per topic, and that's merely because of the number of topics in relationship to the number of students that we have in the class. So that doesn't mean you're working in pairs, that you are still working individually. You're just posting your own presentation. So at any rate, you're to become the expert, and you will see that you are going to create 5 slides. I really only expect 5 slides. This is not meant to be something that will take you hours and hours, although you do have to do a little bit of research, and I do give you some sites that you can look through, but it's not a lengthy presentation, just 5 slides. Slide number 1, the name of the assessment or the topic and your name. Number 2, the type of assessment, formal or informal. You have to talk a little bit about how this assessment is being used. Number 3, the uses of the assessment. Is it for reading, for writing, comprehension, etc., grade level? Who's the best target for, or what teacher would use, kind of teacher would use this, what grade level? And then on slide 4, 3 important things to note about the assessment or topic. What does it look like? What materials do you need, etc.? This is a good place to use visuals so that you can start to help us to get a sense of what the assessment looks like, what people would recognize, because you won't be able to go into at length page by page instructions on how to use it, nor do I expect you to, but you're going to give us a good overview on how to use this particular assessment. And then 5 is, where did you get your websites, the resources, and how did you come to this information? This is due on Sunday, the 14th, at 11:59 on Padlet. So you'll post this presentation to Padlet. Some of you, I can anticipate, are going to say, is this something that is oral, or is it just the presentation? It will be oral. So you remember, you're selling it, you're describing it to us, you're helping us understand when, how, and where it's being used and what it looks like, and give us a general overview on the administration of it. What else would you do? May I make a suggestion here? When you get into a slide where you have to provide a lot of information, put bullet points that remind you of what you need to talk about, but have your notes maybe written in the margins of, there's always a place on presentation software that gives you a place to write your notes, or have it on another piece of paper so that you use that to talk from, so that you're not reading slides where it's just so dense with print. Slides are not meant to be read. They're meant to be highlighted and for something to see. You're the presenter. Let the slides guide you or be a reminder to you of what you're going to be doing, or what you need to be talking about. And so please note that you may have been assigned the same topic as someone else, but this is very much an individual project and work that you're going to be submitting. So it's simple. It should take a little bit of effort, but not an extraordinary amount of effort. And it should be something that's informative and give us a purview of the different types of assessments that elementary teachers use for reading and writing. The other thing, and I didn't read to you the whole list because I think you can read these lists on your own. One of the things that I wanted to say about assessment is that we've learned that reading and writing instruction is driven by assessment. It's driven by our curriculum, and it's also driven by our students, but we don't know what to teach them or where students stand unless we have assessed their skills and knowledge. So clearly you could see that was big cycle of Jan Richardson. Well, the same thing happens in writing. It's just that we assess writing a little bit differently than we do reading skills and such. So let's see, let's go back just a little bit. This is where you find the description in the overview of the course. But what you will also see is in Unit 10, let's go down here, you're going to see this, oops, excuse me, I'm in the wrong place. Let me scroll down right here. It's week 10. Here we go. As I said, there were several parts. Once you finish with this, you're going to post it to the Padlet, as I mentioned before, and then you will see that here's a list of the various assessments. You're going to choose, I think I said 10. Maybe I said 12. I have to go back and honestly look at the instructions. But you're going to take notes from each other on what you've learned and have a discussion on the Padlet that I had already mentioned to you. Let me pull that Padlet up for you so you can see where it is. And should be right here. Let me pull that in so that hopefully, are you able to see that? Yep, there it is. Okay. So you will see assessment slideshows. This is where you're going to post the slideshows. And then you'll fill out this chart, and that is what you are going to submit. Let me make this smaller so I can back up without losing everything. Forgive me. So that's what you will, where it says assessment project. This is where you will submit the chart at the end. If you want to submit your presentation here, that's fine as well. I'm perfectly open to that. But the date that I have due is April 14th when you submit your presentation, but it has to go to the Padlet so everyone can see it. And then I'll change the date once we get past that, because I'm going to give you another few days. So that is, the project is due on the 14th, and then you have actually quite a bit of time. I've given you all the way through to May 3rd to be able to have a chance to go through them and see what other people's have done to finish that up. May 3rd, by the way, is the last day of the course. So lots of things will be due. So I'm trying to stagger things, and I'll be presenting some other videos with some of the other assignments coming up. Let me know if you have any questions on this particular assignment. Thank you and have fun.